For the barbell Romanian deadlift, we're going to begin with this barbell elevated off the ground in a squat rack. Reason being, for the Romanian deadlift, each repetition is actually going to begin from the hips, with the hips and legs fully extended. I'd rather just not waste the time picking it up off the ground from a full deadlift, using up grip to bring it up to the starting position and then lowering it back down. I'd rather establish my grip at about the right height, step back, and go right into my Romanian deadlifts. With the Romanian deadlift, the shins are going to stay fairly vertical, and most of the bend in this movement is actually going to come from the hips. We're not going to go into a full bottom of a deadlift. We're actually going to stop at a point that's pretty natural to your body. For me, it's to the point where my hips just aren't going to go anymore. They're going to run into my femurs. Okay, for some of you, your stopping point might be right before the spine starts rounding. We want to avoid that at all costs, so stop before that happens. And we want to keep that bar pulled in nice and close to our body as much as possible. So to get set up, I'm going to load up my barbell. I'm going to roll it to the front of the J-hooks. I'm going to center myself on the bar. And I'm going to bring myself right up next to it. From here, and by the way, a good height for this is about mid-thigh height, or about a third of the way up from the knees, whatever works best for you, just enough to establish that grip. So my hands are going to be wide enough to clear that barbell. Use the same width that you would for a conventional barbell deadlift stance. I'm going to wrap my thumb and fingers around, making sure the wrists are straight. They're not bent back. Knuckles are pointed straight down. Once I've established my grip, I'm going to bend the barbell backwards, rotating my biceps forward and screwing my shoulders into my upper back. I'm going to pull my hips down into it so I have a slight bend in my knees and hips. While I maintain my grip, I'm going to extend the knees and hips, taking a deep belly breath. From here, I'm going to take 2 steps back. And for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to rotate a little bit more towards the camera so you can see what's going on here. Feet are going to be hip width apart, toes straight ahead, heels are down, shoulder blades are back. I'm going to initiate movement by taking in a deep belly breath, pushing the hips back, keeping that barbell nice and tight to my thighs. I'm going to lower that bar, still maintaining a nice flat neutral spine until I reach my natural stopping point. For me, this looks to be about 2 to 3 inches above the ground. Shins stay fairly vertical. Coming right back up, utilizing those hips, extending. Notice that my head stays in line with the rest of my spine. I'm going to avoid cranking the neck up or tucking the chin. And that bar stays nice and close, as opposed to just kind of letting the bar hang out here, do whatever it wants. Pull it in nice and tight so it stays close to your center of gravity. This is going to allow you to maintain as much control as possible. This movement is great for putting on some emphasis to the hamstrings as well as the glutes versus a conventional squat or a deadlift. Once you're done, from this out position, 2 steps forward, run it into the posts, set it back down on the J-hooks, utilizing the knees and hips, keeping it flat back, and release. That's how you do a barbell Romanian deadlift.